Will Space Godzilla be in Godzilla Kong Supernova? That's kind of the question in a lot of people's minds right now, especially with the color scheme of the Supernova logo. A lot of people on social media right now, their theory is that Space Godzilla is coming. Also, in like a deleted scene somewhere, we had like a cave painting of a winged Godzilla with atomic breath. A lot of people think that's Space Godzilla. Other people's theories is that it's Destroyer. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a deleted scene, so is it really even technically canon anymore? I mean, I know in a lot of people's head canon, it technically is, and I mean, it still could come to the surface. Let me just be clear, though. I'm not going to be everybody's favorite here. I mean, the tomatoes are going to be thrown for this video, okay? Because a lot of people do want to see Space Godzilla, and trust me, I do too. Even though his film isn't like really one of my favorites, I think I'm not alone when I say it's like kind of one of the worst of the Heisei era. I mean, that's just my opinion. The Heisei series is so good, but this one is definitely one of the weaker ones. But the problem isn't necessarily Space Godzilla. He's still a cool monster, and I remember having the toy back when I was a kid, and he was one of my favorite toys to even play with, and you know, battle it out with Godzilla and stuff like that. So he's a cool monster, and he always will be. He's kind of almost underrated favorite in a way. I mean, he just kind of has always been in the background in my opinion, but maybe that's just because his movie is just not as good as some of the others. Like I said, I'm not going to be everybody's favorite with this one, because I am not super hyped about doing Space Godzilla this early, and that's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Feel free to drop in the comments what you think of the idea of Space Godzilla for the next movie, and it's not necessarily confirmed either. They have not confirmed the Space Godzilla or whatever his technical name would be in Supernova. Now, as a business standpoint, I could see why putting Space Godzilla in the MonsterVerse, and even this soon, or eventually, is a great business idea. It'll put the butts in seats, it'll get people to go. The idea of like a flying version of Godzilla being in the newer American version of Godzilla that we've had for the past like 10 years plus, it all makes sense business-wise. Space Godzilla makes money. He just does. He's a player in this situation. He makes money. All right, he would make money, and so it makes sense that they want to make money for the next movie. And a lot of things sometimes are just ran like a business. But story-wise, am I disappointed that they would do Space Godzilla before they would do Biollante? Yes, and I am biased to Biollante. That is one of my favorite Godzilla movies of all time, and I love her as a monster just entirely. She's one of my absolute favorites. But even without being biased, it makes sense story-wise, because in the Toho films, Biollante is the reason that Space Godzilla exists. The Heisei movies are a cohesive story from beginning to end, and Biollante going back into the sky and whatever the really minor details were that makes Space Godzilla exist, because she has Godzilla's cells. That was the whole thing. Like, that's why Space Godzilla came back. If Biollante never happened, he would never be there. So that's my only issue with it. I kind of wish we could see Biollante in this scenario. I'm not saying that Legendary has to copy Toho's direction or the way they went, because in a way, it's almost kind of like predictable. It's like, okay, get Biollante and then we're gonna get Space Godzilla, right? It just does kind of suck that if Space Godzilla is this soon, that they wouldn't put Biollante in there first. I'm not saying that in the MonsterVerse version of the story, she has to be the reason for Space Godzilla. But if they were to follow the Toho movies, then they, you know, would have to kind of do that beat for beat. But it's a totally different universe. I'm not expecting them to follow Toho's path with this. So what if they do it backwards? You know, we get Space Godzilla first, then Biollante. But I highly doubt they're going to do Space Godzilla and then build up to Biollante. But I just don't see Legendary being like, yeah, we're going to build up to Biollante. I don't think so. I hope we do see her at some point. I don't think she'll ever be a main villain, unfortunately. I think it would be cool, but I could see her being sort of a cameo or just like a side villain, or just doing a movie with multiple villains. Space Godzilla, Biollante, I don't know how this is all going to make sense story-wise, but if we do build up to something that's like a Destroy All Monsters or something, then maybe she will be in it. I hope so, because she's definitely a favorite of mine. Definitely more so than Space Godzilla, and that's no hate on him. I think it just helps that her movie, in my opinion, is better. So Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I am excited of whatever they do. I'll be there day one no matter what it is, Space Godzilla or not. What do you guys think is going to happen in Godzilla Kong Supernova? What does this all mean for the MonsterVerse? Do you think it's Space Godzilla they're teasing? Or do you think the color thing is sort of like a kind of a throw-off? Like they're just trying to get people to theorize and everything, and then they literally just do the opposite. Who knows? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Am I wrong? Am I tripping when it comes to like not wanting Space Godzilla this early? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I love you. God bless. Keep your neighborhood friendly, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye.